I don't feel good today. Today is not a good day. Let's turn on the music. Let's get that music online. Oh, what a day. It's so hot. It's been hot the last few days. I like how it's been, most of August was like, the weather exists, and now it's like, just like fucking May. Oh, what has gone on with you, weather? Why are the kids so loud? Wow. They're being very loud all of a sudden. You might not be able to hear that. You might be able to. Who knows? Oh, we're going to do this today. That sounds like a good limitation. I think that's actually... Oh, it's actually with a C too, huh? Because long E, double, if there's only ones... How to put this? There's and then there's E. And E is the long one, and if it's a long one, it can also be one. Like, this is and this is A. But if you get one vowel, then this will be eke, or ak. I don't think there's a rule on it, the last one. Usually we use little, like, apostrophes on top to indicate which one it is. But this will be eke, and then it's ake. Because of, I don't know, stupid rules. Klutzy. The thing that gets me about this is if they were gonna stick to the whole Bryce judges you thing, like they were gonna stick to the whole there's a mood at the end, then how come that this isn't as effective? Like, shouldn't Bryce be more judgmental on your tastes in people? Oh, that's where all these options come from, huh? No, my nose is itchy. My arm is already acting up. I wanted to do a stream today. Like, there's a couple of games I bought, a couple of roguelites, that Dead Cells game and that 20XX, and I want to stream those a bit, but that's not gonna happen if the sun keeps shining! Get the fuck out of here, son. It's late August. You have no point being here. Stop ruining my last days of vacation! Ah! Why am I so hot already? It's... Normally it's as hot in July and August, not the other way around. Yeah, my typing has been off lately. Probably the heat making me grumpy and sleep late. I can't... It's so annoying! Yesterday's stream wasn't any better either because I had to play one shit WOD. I don't want to swear a lot, but it's so hard to stay nice when it's this hot! I hate this. I hate this so much. I'm already grumpy. Also, Trigger Conroy's thing on Partners in Time. I like Partners in Time. I think that's the first one that I actually bought. And it was nice. You know what also irks me? Like, I need to be honest about this. Someone else has just been getting on my nerves. You know, it's really... I feel like a third wheel very quickly, but this one is, like, additionally worse. The person in question... Some people told me they listened to this like a podcast. For them, I'm sorry about that screaming, but it's really... I'm really not in a great mood. One of the things that he did, that he does consistently, is he always takes about 5 minutes to start replying to anything I type. Unless we're talking about something he wants to talk about. Then it's suddenly 5 minutes, I can be there, and I hate that. I feel like a third wheel, consistently. Because it takes him 5 minutes, like clockwork, to respond to me when it's nothing he cares about. And then he always starts talking about random shit elsewhere. I'm like, come on, man! Focus! Why can't you just... And he's like, I'm gonna do better. He doesn't. And it annoys the shit out of me. Years! It's been years, and he's not been able to improve, and it's just... And he doesn't seem to be aware of that he's doing it either. Or he does, and he doesn't want to confess to it. But fuck! Just about all the time, I'm like, just tell me if you're busy. Tell me if you can't talk right now. And he's like, and then someone else tells me. And I'm like, what? Why can't you tell me? You're online! You told them! I'll stop nagging if you just tell me you're not present. It's that simple. It just frustrates me just how little communication comes out of him. Like, I get the feeling I just need to ditch that zero and get myself a hero, because fuck it. He's not that good a friend if this is the kind of consistency I'm getting for 7 years. 7 years. Can you imagine sitting next to someone and talking to them, and it takes them 5 minutes to start answering a question you ask, and you're like, oh, what? Okay. Gotta pull out the stenographer for that one. Ugh. This is a bit hard to translate. That might need some additions. I really like that Lorm... Actually, I don't like this. I hate this. I really don't like the whole Lorm is this very short thing. Because, again, it just makes Lorm feel like a third wheel that he just gets his tiny mention. Look, it's a pizza delivery. Wait, wouldn't pizza delivery be very annoying to do with... Like, here's the thing to remember is the majority of pizzas are delivered flat. A flyer can't deliver... Well, I guess you could put on a string on her feet, but then she'd have to land a specific way, which is very difficult to do when you're that big. I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot because you know you're a girl person. He's like, oh, you're a girl, human, right? Because you can't say you're a girl, boy, or girl. You're a girl, or you're a boy, because the player's gender isn't established. And the funny thing is that because you want, I'm gonna put the D here, so it's oh, I mean human, right? Because usually it's. It's just a little fun quirk. Just like a little bit of Bryce, because he is, you know, he has been talking weirdly, so it makes sense for him to talk more weirdly. Oh, no, that's not what he says. He's coming on to her. I like Sean's reply. She gives you pizzas. Isn't that enough to sate your hunger? Because it's pizza. Pizzas are big, and they fill, if only briefly. Oh man, you know what's really funny? I recently saw Brutal Moose's video on Lunchables. You want to know something funny? I don't live in America. I don't know what Lunchables are. I heard about Lunchables for a large part of my life, and I never knew what they were. I was like, what is Lunchables? And here's the thing. Seeing someone eat Lunchables, seeing the box, seeing the full experience, seeing some of the advertisements he put on his video as well, it's like learning about what dragons are. It's like going into ancient historical documents, and it's like, this is what dragons were like back in the day. And I'm like, oh, I love this. I love knowing stuff for the sake of knowing stuff. So seeing the Lunchable video was exciting, because I'm like, I finally get to know what Lunchables are, and what some Americans' experiences with Lunchables are as well. Because I only get to hear like secondhand, and never like go into too much detail. Ah, so exciting. And then some other people in the chat, I told them like, oh man, look at this Lunchable. Like, as a non-American, this is really exciting to me. And then they start talking about their experience with Lunchables. I'm like, ooh, that was fun. Like, if you're American, you don't get it. That's the one thing Americans will never get, is you exported a large amount of brands and products, or at least the idea of brands. We don't have Lunchables here. And so, actually seeing or hearing about it, to me, is exciting. Because it's like, I've heard about this all my life, but I've never seen any of it. And now I get to see it. I get to see the whole process. Oh, so exciting. Oh! And it's not advertising material, which usually looks too good for it to be true. I'm changing it up a bit. He's like, oh, I know that sentence. And he's like, oh, maybe it doesn't have a double meaning. I like this one. No, not a bad lady. Not a bad lady to get involved with. Although the dame does sound a bit older than it needs to be. Ooh. Like, I don't like how there's so many repeat options, too. That's kind of annoying. Like, if you're gonna do repeat options like that, compress it. The funny part is you can have this date in Chapter 4, which is kind of weird when you think about it. It's like after Bryce gets blown the fuck up, you can go with him to a barbecue and talk about your love life. I like how Bryce only knows that. I like how Bryce knows that you're meeting someone. Why? And the fact that she's famous is not... Here's the thing. Anna's fame is not brought up enough. Her infamy is brought up enough, but her fame not. What is she famous for? What has she done for science? What are her contributions? I like this one. It could have many reasons, from medical reasons to the deal that they have. It's a bit more Zhong-ish to reply like that. For medical questions, you know. Also, this is after you do the test thing, so that changes things. Also, and I mean this, didn't Maverick date her recently? Wouldn't Bryce be more informed as to what Anna is like if one of his officers had a relationship with her? Like, would Maverick be like, it actually wasn't that bad? Because Maverick isn't dead. Which is like where I draw the line. Or abused. He's just perfectly fine. I wonder how old Maverick is. Okay, what... I need to know what the options are. There we go. That fits in nicely. I like this rewrite, because it's a good rewrite, because it kind of fits. Because again, I want to put some variety in. Put a little bit of spice! Put a little pepper! Put a little salt and pepper in that dish! So what I put down is, oh, that's not very subtle, and Jean counters, but she's a doctor, Sebastian. That can be just as private. It's a fair point. She is a doctor, technically speaking. She does some medical operations or procedures, so it's incredibly likely that it's just doctor-patient confidentiality. And he points out, it could just be that, you know. You get mentioned by name a lot, but it is all repeats and it's all the same thing. So, in any case, I recommend that you're careful, because it could be the doctor stuff or it could not be. They're both something to be concerned about. No, that doesn't work. That's so rude, though, because technically at this point you have suffered negative experiences. And nobody knows Lorem, of course they don't. I like this one. So, the reason I'm putting in this H, and only the H, is, you know, like, he hints at it, but if you give a letter, if you give that... Although, saying... I might remove that in the second pass. This is already strong enough. He is not the hermaphrodite. He is that hermaphrodite, is what he's saying. Like, he's putting a bit of extra, you know, like saying it's that town bicycle. Or the... No, in that case, it would be the town bicycle, and it would be extra stress on the. But the kind of dehumanizes him. It's hard to explain. I like this. Because, don't forget, Bryce is essentially kicking into don't mode. And in this don't mode, he's like, Seb, that detail's not important. Discretion. And then Sebastian answers with, if you say so, but using the fancy you. It's like, it's kind of breaking the conversation. It's like, because it is. It's like people are just talking, and then just Bryce goes, no! And then Sebastian's like, I like how the last one is, oh man, it's you. Bryce is just like, what? I like this. And so what? Player name is a cool guy, if you ask me. In this term, guy, gender neutral. It's like guest. Cool guest is kind of what it's saying. Although gast does kind of, I don't know. I'm gonna use alliteration. Is a gast, a cool guy. If you ask me, any complaints about them? You know, he's kind of pressing everyone. Any complaints? And Sebastian says, no complaints. And Maverick says, no comment. Which is extra spicy, because Sebastian said no complaints. Oh, it's details. It's interesting that Bryce catches this, but Anna has to specifically ask you. It's cute, though. Oh, let's do this cute little moment later. Ah, it's so cute! Oh! I can't handle these cutes. Little smoochy smooch. Next time, in Video Games the Movie. Video Games? Actually, we're translating, so this isn't Video Games the Movie. This would be Video Games the Commentary. The director's commentary track. Video Games, the director's commentary track, with a person that is not the director. I just love it. The commentary track is the sound guy who bothered to show up the day they were recording, and the actual director somewhere else. And he's like, I remember the scene. We kept struggling with the camera, and this famous actor was being a giant fucking douche. He's no longer allowed in the studio, so we had to record all his other scenes outside. And they come back later and they're like, well, we shouldn't have let the sound guy do that one. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.